Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV's afterthought on today's game. Everton 1, West Ham United 1. Happy with a point, but I'm not happy with individual performances. I'm not going to lie. Some of these waste men need to be thrown out the door. I'm going to be straight. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, and we got a result. We could have won it, but then we could have lost it. But I think a draw is about right. Before I get started on this video, please do smash like on the video, subscribe to E20 Zone TV. If you want to come on and have your say, you're more than welcome to come on and have your say. As always, on here, it's an open platform. Anyone's allowed to come on. I'm going to be straight. Listen, it's great to get a result. It's great to get the point that we need. We need to get something at Everton tonight. But I'm not happy. I'm not happy with individual performance. Right, how the fuck, right, is Fulkrug on the pitch for 90 minutes of the game? Like, how? Someone explain to me how he's on the pitch for so long. I thought there was a lot of people that were basically coasting to a point tonight, but we managed to get a result out of the game. I'm going to start off at the beginning, as I always do, and we'll go back to the start of the game. Obviously, the first half was a shower of shit. I'm going to be straight. We didn't have a shot on target. We didn't look like doing anything. And they scored from a cross that we couldn't defend, and obviously Michael Keane scored the goal. Half time, I was expecting Nuno to make a sub, and he didn't make none, which is a bit of a worry. It's a little bit of a worry for me, because I don't know what he sees in Nicholas Fulkrug. I really don't. Yeah, but nevertheless, we come out second half. We pathed, and then obviously Jared Bowen saves the day for West Ham United. There was some good performances tonight. I thought Crescencio Somerville was excellent. I thought Potts was very good when he came on. I thought Magassa started off a bit rocky, but then he come into it great. Obviously, the yellow card, he had to come off because he was worried about getting him sent off. But nevertheless, I thought we had a go. Also, I'm going to give us some praise tonight to Areola. I thought Areola had a good game tonight. I thought he come out for stuff. I thought he kept us in the game in the second half, and I thought Malik Diouf was absolutely first class, running down that wing, bombing down that wing. But I'm going to be straight. Nicholas Fulkrug needs to get out, mate, because he's just not good enough. He's simply not good enough at all. And we get a point. We get a point out of the game, which I'm going to be straight. It's a very good point. But we needed a result. Anyone who followed my betting stuff online, you're a winner tonight. Yeah, you are a winner on a 10-1 shot. Double chance, which I did say was absolutely the best bet I've ever seen this season so far. Absolutely nailed on. Like, we copped that one tonight. Double chance, Bowen to have a shot on target, Somerville to have a shot on target. Both of them had a shot on target. Double chance coming and all. And we are winners tonight. But there is obviously little issues that we've got, like with West Ham. Do you know what I mean? We seem to play in spells. Like, that's the problem with us. We play in moments. We don't really play as such in sort of like consistent. It's like we play well for 10 minutes and then we go away for about 15, 20 minutes. And then we come back. So, you know, the link is in the chat. It's pinned at the top. Anyone wants to come on, have their say, they can. Right, let's get this man in. Before I do, I will set up this, which I always do. Bish, bash, bosh, 1, 2, 3, IRE. Right, so Daddy, what you saying, mate?
Hello there, James. I'm taking this draw. I thought second half was a lot better second half. It's just a shame that the same players do the same stuff from the corner kicks.
Right.
Like what's Mavropanos doing? He stood in his area like a fucking statue.
Agree.
And he allows Keane right. Oh, he was shocking today. Second half, when Areola paid him the ball, just boot it out of bounds, mate. Why are you trying to do a Cruyff turn in your defensive area? But other than that, Somerville was our best player, I believe. I was really impressed with him. Diouf, I'm gonna say this: allowing Diouf to cross is like conceding a penalty. Just allowing him to cross it.
Yeah.
Good goal from Bowen. Fulkrug is absolutely useless. brother's just on the ground 24/7.
He's shit, mate.
One blows and he falls to the ground.
True.
He is useless. How did he last 94 minutes? Paqueta wasn't impressed today.
Nah, I'm going to say this. He was another ghost today. Right? There was a few.
That free kick thing he did in the first half. What was that? He's like,
True.
he gives the ball away. He was anonymous, a ghost. I thought Magassa wasn't too bad. I don't know why people were saying he was bad. It just took him a bit to get into the game. Was good to see Potts play. He was good. Kelman was good, and I thought Walker Peters kept Grealish quiet. So I'll take a point. But I'm just saying we look better than we have. We look better defensively. I thought Areola did a good job on corners. I didn't think he was too bad today, and he made a couple of good saves. Just one or two players needing to be replaced.
All I'm going to say is this, is that for me tonight, there was moments in that game where West Ham looked like they was out of ideas. And the problem is we can't rely on Bowen all season to get us out of a fucking hole.
I think there's context. I don't think it will look like this all season. Nuno had like 2 training sessions and then this game. He was probably trying to keep it easy and do some of the stuff we were doing under Potter. But I expect us to look better when he gets more time with the players.
Yeah, but I don't understand why Nuno has kept Füllkrug on the pitch for so long. I just don't get that one. And if anyone can answer me that, I'd like to hear it. Listen, I'm happy with the point. Right?
Well, I'll say this. I think he kept them on because I don't think he thinks we have any better options. But I would have subbed him off by like the latest, the 75th minute. But other than that, I thought Nuno handled the game well. I don't have any critiques of him so far.
Listen, Zach, I'm happy with the result, right? But there was moments in that game where West Ham was out of ideas, right? And listen, you've got to be real. I'm not going to bullshit no one anymore, right? You've got to be real. Yeah, it takes Bowen to score a great finish. But what the fuck is like Füllkrug doing on the pitch for so long? That's the only thing I had a bit of worry with Nuno, right? I'll just put you on mute a minute. That's the only thing I had worry with Nuno, because the game was going on, and there was times where I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you're telling me that Callum Wilson can't come on for 15 minutes and see this game out when Füllkrug was doing nothing. That's a problem. Listen, Juve was good. Magassa was good. I'm going to be honest, Fernandes was dead quiet tonight. Yeah, dead quiet. And Lucas Paqueta is a big player for West Ham, huge player for West Ham, and we need him. And what would you say tonight that his performance tonight? What would you say, Sir Daddy, on his performance tonight, Paqueta?
Oh, I already said he was dreadful. And that free kick routine in the first half. Why is he taking corners? He's not a good corner taker.
True.
Why was he on them? But in general, I think I get what you're saying, but this is his first game with us, and he had 2 days.
I understand that. I understand it's the first game, but tell me right now why Füllkrug was on the pitch for 90 minutes. I would love to hear it. I've just watched the game. I've just done a watch along on it. Yeah. And I just had to deal with Nicholas Füllkrug for 90 minutes doing absolutely fuck all. Right. And this is no joke. I'm actually being dead serious when I say this. Right. I'm happy with the result. Right. I'm happy for 2 reasons. Number one, we needed a result and a positive result. Number two, I've just copped a bet, which I'm over the moon with. The issue is that Füllkrug should never have been on for that long, right? And there's a lot of these players that were coasting in games, and so Daddy's gone. So I'm just going to say this. There was too many people who was coasting in that game. And Iron says still moaning. I'm not moaning, mate, but I'm happy with the result. But I'm not fucking blind. And if you're blind, then you're the problem at the end of the day. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, in the second half, like we grew into it and we got better. First half was shit. The first half was bad. Let's be honest. We didn't even have a shot on target in the first half. Potts was excellent when he come on. It felt like to me that Everton sort of run out of steam, and then we sort of upped our game, and then that's what happened. Right, well, everything collided. Fulkrug should never have been on for that long. Lucas Paqueta for me tonight didn't do what we know he can do. Do you know what I'm saying? There was good individual performances, but there was too many performances where I look at it and go, he was iffy, he weren't all that, he was okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Callum should have been on well before. Do you know what I mean? And listen, like Lewis Guilherme comes on, doesn't do anything. Like doesn't do anything of any note. And I agree with Zach on this comment. Yeah, I agree with you, James. Callum should have been subbed on for Fulkrug 70, 75 minutes. Also, I don't think Wilson would have offered much more. Maybe Marshall would have thrown in against their centre backs. Listen, at the end of the day, right, I'm not against, like, listen, I'm with you. Right, we needed a result. I was sitting there watching it like everyone else. And I was going, well, what's going on here, sort of thing, right? Because we didn't look like we was going to score a goal. Right, and then BOWEN scored, and then we looked like we was going to win the game. The issue is, I don't know, it just felt like to me that there was a chance there to win that game. And I think if Wilson comes on, listen, we can't, listen, the other week when Wilson come on against Nottingham Forest, he comes on, changes the game for West Ham. Fulkrug tonight, and I'm going to put it to use in the chat right now, right? I'm going to put it to use right in the chat right fucking now. Give me a rating out of 10 for Fulkrug. Because I guarantee you, if he gets a 3, right, that is being kind, because he was crap, mate. Absolutely done nothing. Couldn't hold the ball up. There was a moment when Malik Diouf run down the wing, right? I mean, that kid run his soul out tonight, right? Irons, I'm going to be straight. If you're giving him a 5, mate, you're on cocaine. And I'm like, listen, I want to speak to your dealer, mate. If anyone gives him a 5, you are on gear, right? And that is it, right? Malik Diouf runs down the wing. Right, he's busting a gut to get down the wing. He puts a cross in, and Fulkrug is fucking jogging. He's jogging. He's like Malik is running his heart out to get that cross in. Right, overlaps, gets down there. Nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? He's not a 5, mate. He's a 3. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm happy with the result because we need a point. Right, I did say to you, if any of you said a bet earlier on, I hope you really got on. I know a few people got on the watch along. They backed the double chance, which it's one of the best bets I've seen. It was massively overpriced. We've had it off tonight in regards of punting. But West Ham tonight needed a result, and I'm happy with it. It's going to be interesting to see how he sets up next week against Arsenal, because they are going to come forward and they are going to be very good at set pieces. Right, let's have a look at your comments. I'll run through your comments. Fulkrug is too slow. He slides like Dowie over stretches. There's not much between a difference between a 3 and a 5. Well, there is, Irons. Come on, mate. You know what I mean? You're good at maths, right? A 5 is average. A 3 is shit. Do you know what I mean? And he was fucking shit. So, you know, the overall performance is huge improvement. I completely agree. It was. Imagine this team with an actual striker. I'll tell you who I'm going to give some praise to tonight. Crescencio Somerville. And Brozovic, if you're watching this, son, I am coming for you, son. Absolutely coming. Oh, he's a shit Ben Rama. Right? I was told that Crescencio Somerville was a shit Ben Rama. He was brilliant tonight. Absolute brilliant. Picks the ball up, carries the ball with pace, carries the ball right with direction. Yeah, absolutely superb tonight. I was gutted, absolute gutted, that he come off the pitch. Because honestly, I think if we keep him on the pitch, I think we win the game. I really do. The only issue with him is that with us, we lack pace. And he's the only pace merchant in our side. Once he picks the ball up and carries it, teams are doubling up on him straight away. That's a bit of a problem. But nevertheless, I thought he was excellent. There was a lot of good performances, right? Solid performances. But I thought he was absolutely class. So, you know, I'm going to talk a bit about Bowen now. Yeah, I'm going to try and go down the Bowen route. I thought he was dead quiet in the whole game up until the goal. Right, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he sort of. There was nothing about Bowen in the first half. Didn't do anything of any note. Second half, he started off a bit slow. Give the ball away a few times, but then the goal woke him up. It's a great finish. It's the Bowen that we love. Cuts inside, let's fly with the shot. Done. Right. Um, but after that, we just need to get him in the game more. Do you know what I mean? If we can get Bowen in the game, Somerville in the game, if we can get them players playing 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 10, we're laughing. Right, listen, we'll be fine. That's a great question. Did we miss James Ward-Prowse tonight? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I thought Magassa. There's definitely a player in there with Magassa. 100%. There's definitely a player in there. I thought he started off a little bit sort of nervous, gave the ball away a few times. I even said it on the watching. I was like, fucking hell, he's give the ball away like 2 or 3 times. But then he seemed to grow into the game. But I tell you what, Freddie comes on, right? And I thought Freddie was excellent, mate. Cutting out passes. He done a great tackle in the second half when he come on. I can't remember who he tackled, but they were counter-attacking us, and Freddie comes across, clean tackle, wins the ball back, sets the play up again. And do you know one thing with Freddie Potts tonight, and I'm going to be honest with this, is he's calm. He's calm with the ball at his feet. He doesn't rush, right? It seems like the game goes very slow around him, but he gets the ball and he's looking to go forward all the time. Do you know what I mean? I thought Freddie done all right. I really did. Anyone who wants to come on, Tony, if you want to come on, the link's in the chat. I'm going to go for another sort of 20 minutes, and then I'm going to wrap this up, and then I'm going to go and do the player ratings. Magassa is the poor man's Freddie Potts. Oh, fair enough, mate. Bowen is world class. We're lucky to have him. We have 0 points this season without him. So glad he's 100% committed to West Ham, but he's definitely a Champions League level player. Well, let's make sure he keeps us in the league this year. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we need to build on this. Yeah, and next week is Arsenal. And that's a game where, I'm going to be honest, they are going to be peppering our goal from everywhere. Right, they're going to be good on the ground, good in the air, good everywhere. So, it is what it is. Right, Damien's in the chat. Let's get him on. See what he's got to say for himself. Damien, take it away, mate.
I just think we need to play like that every week, mate. Honestly, I know it sounds silly, but blood and guts, keep that ball going forward, play percentage passes, and just listen. I'm glad we got Nuno in now and not 2 games later. The players look like they enjoyed it. It's none of this making 15 passes to progress up the pitch. Just get straight to it. Everton are a horrible team to play against. They didn't enjoy playing against us. That puts it into perspective for me. For me, Nuno needs to be tactically astute up until January and try and get these results because it's an away point to Everton. You'd hope we maybe beat Everton at home. You hope it starts balancing out like that. But I just think Nuno needs to learn about what he's got because he's only been here 2 days.
Right.
I think he needs to make sure that we're obviously tough to beat, and I think he needs to make sure that we're a nightmare to play against, and then in January go and facilitate that even further. I was happy with the players today. They showed commitment, and to be honest, I'm not looking for much more. There were obviously some outstanding performances. I thought Somerville was really good. I'm so happy with the way that Somerville come back because I was really concerned that Somerville was going to be another corner goal. I was really concerned that Somerville, when it kept kind of being like, oh, he's back in this amount of time, this amount of time, I'm like, is he ever going to come back? But he's come back and he looks so bright. Diouf was obviously outstanding. And then you've got other players who may not have had the best game, but you can't fault their effort. And that's what I need to see. If we can just keep going in that vein and then further facilitate it in January, I think we'll be all right.
I think what it is, we have to get out of the Arsenal game not hammered. Right, one thing we have to do next week, right, is play with pride in the performance, because I think we're going to go down against Arsenal. I'll be very shocked if West Ham pick up anything against Arsenal. And then the Brentford and Leeds games are the two of the biggest games of the season for West Ham. If West Ham can get out of them two with 4 points, I'll be over the fucking moon. If we can beat Brentford at home and go to Leeds and not lose, I'll be over the moon with that. And we can start going up the league. The issue is that I don't understand why Falkirk was on the pitch for so long today. I really don't. And
I get you. I think I am far from Falkirk's biggest fan. Yeah, give me a 31-year-old Mikel Antonio every day. Yeah,
True.
but I think he grew into the game a little bit. I think he started to chase things down more as the game got on. So I think another thing is, I think I do agree that there should be an element of rotation there for Falkirk, but that's obviously an area I think we need to address in January. I think if you've got a big, powerful centre forward to keep pumping that ball to, I don't mean to make it sound Sunday League, lads, but that will go a long way, But what was I going to say? Another thing is, and I've always felt like this, there are elements of quality in that side that are actually there, that like players like Kilman, when he's got his assets. There's a few of them that have got their assets. We just need a few more, man. But I think I'm not going to overcomplicate it. Falkirk, I'm not Falkirk's biggest fan, but I feel like he worked hard as possible for the team. I don't feel like I wouldn't have expected him to give me much.
All I'm going to say is this, and listen, I'm going to make this quite clear to everyone that I'm over the moon that West Ham have got a point, because we fucking need it. Right, we need a point tonight, and we got a point, right? And I said it that West Ham will go there and not lose because the new manager bounce and all that game, right? So I'm over the moon with that. There's a lot of players in this side that coast. Too many of them coast in games, And listen, you've got to call them out. Lucas Paqueta tonight coasted. Like, didn't really do fuck all. If I'm being of any note of any quality, Falkirk coasted. There was obviously, I'm going to say him, and I know, like, listen, I wanted the kid here, but Fernandez tonight was in and out, in and out.
Fernandez does drift in and out of games for me.
Yeah, and the problem is that we need these players, right? Because listen, it's a start. But we need these. If we're going to stay in this fucking league, we need 7, 8 of these players on the ball every week, and not just Somerville, Bowen, because that's what it is tonight. It's basically Somerville, Bowen. And I am going to shout out Areola, because I thought Areola tonight, he gets a lot of stick, but he done some good saves tonight, and he was quiet. Like, we didn't really have to worry. I was more concerned about Mavropanos and fucking Kilman than I was Areola tonight.
No, Areola made a great save today. He see it late and just got down to it. I was sitting in my house. I was thinking to myself, I was going to compliment Areola to myself, but I thought every time I bloody compliment Areola, he ends up doing something silly. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut until the game's over. But listen, I think these are the types of performances we're going to need this season to stay in the league, and hopefully they become a little bit more polished, a little bit more consistent, where everyone knows what they're doing. And I've got a feeling Nuno was a decent appointment. I'll be honest. I think we needed a bit of blood and guts added back to this.
I don't care. I'm going to say this quite openly right now. I do not give a fuck how West Ham play.
Me neither. I never have, bro. I never have.
Yeah, listen, all I'm going to say is this, I don't care how we play, right? If you want the West Ham way, right, and I keep hearing the West Ham way all the time, get rid of the owner. Because you're never going to get the West Ham way with this owner. Simple as that. I'm done with this possession-based play. I'm done with this style of play chat. I've had it for 2 fucking years. I don't care if West Ham are a counter-attacking unit, because we are quite a good at a counter-attack. But Bowen, Somerville, we do lack a striker with pace. And if we could get that sorted out in the January window and bring a striker in who can hit teams on the break, I'll be over the moon with that. But the issue is right now, right, is we have got to stay in this fucking league, and this is a start. Next week against Arsenal, don't expect too much. That's what I'm going to say, because they're going to come and they're going to fucking give it to us hard, yeah. And it's down to us to make sure that we don't get hammered in that game. Next week's game is massive for morale, because if we go down 1-0 or 2-0 or something, I can sort of accept that to a point. If we get hammered 5 or 6, that's when the morale comes down, and then you got to start again. And obviously the next game is Brentford, and that's the boycott game. So listen, I'm with yous, mate. I'm with yous all the way, right? It's an hard place to go, Everton, right? At the best of times, and obviously in a new ground and all, like it's an hard gaff to get a result, and we've got a result tonight. What do you make of Malik Diouf tonight, Damien?
Outstanding. Honestly, I cannot even. Honestly, absolutely outstanding, man. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely outstanding. Brilliant. And when I look at the youth, I just can't wait to. I want Aaron Wan-Bissaka back in the side. I want what was happening down the and I like Kyle Walker-Peters. I think he's an incredible option to have. But if we can get what's happening down on that left, down on that right, then we've got options to go outside and break like upset teams and get in behind him. I thought the youth was fantastic, and you can see him and Somerville's relationships just gradually going to grow and grow and grow.
Do you know what I love about the kid? He doesn't stop running. He doesn't stop trying either, right? No. Even when it's like 80, 85 minutes, and I thought the first half he was a bit quiet, Malik. And listen, I was like, he's getting a bit done in the first half. Second half, he comes out like a completely different player. One thing that he does more than any other player is he hits the ball early, straight into the box, right? He doesn't have 3 or 4 touches before he lets fly. He lets fly straight away. And there was a few times where a ball was coming straight across the box, and if we would have had a striker in there with who could keep up with the pace of Malik Diouf, then we would have had goals tonight. It's as simple as that. But I thought he was excellent. I really did. Who's the best player for you today, Damien, for you?
I'd have to probably say Diouf, to be honest. It's between him and Somerville, but I'd lean towards Diouf, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought Somerville was fucking excellent. Yeah. I really like. One thing I love about a winger is when they're direct, they're forward thinking, and they're looking to try and make things happen. And that's what he done tonight. He really did. Right, before I let you go, Damien. Right, obviously Nuno's here. Do you think he's gonna? Right, where do you want West Ham to be come January the 1st? Is the question.
If there's a little bit of breathing space between us and the relegation zone before up until Jan the 1st, I think January the 1st, if I'm going to be honest, is a very, very healthy date to look at. I would say if I was managing that group of players, that would be the date on the board. Get me to January the 1st in a healthy state. I would be over the moon with a good bit of breathing space between us and the relegation zone, to be honest. Yeah. And then I think the incentive goes back to the board to go and add some quality. I feel like we have quality to build around. You need to add some more. It's always the same with West Ham. I feel like you're looking at 1 or 2 little key areas that you can improve, and you're looking like a really, really solid outfit, especially if they can give you that level of commitment every week. So, a little bit of breathing space between the relegation zone by Jan, and I'll be over the moon. And then it's back to the board to go and put their hands in their pockets anyway, but and add a couple of bits of quality to this side.
Yeah, I completely agree. If West Ham can be 13th in the league come January the 1st, I'll be over the moon. West Ham need to get out of there as soon as possible, because one thing I don't want to see happen with West Ham right now is that if they start getting cut adrift, then they've got to start winning 2 games to try and catch up, and then that's hard work. But it's a start tonight. One thing I will say about tonight is their heads didn't go. That's the one thing I noticed tonight. When the goal went in, they sort of kept plugging away, And they kept going, you know what, we are going to get back in this game, but it's not a case of if, it's a case of when we're going to get back into this game. And usually, especially under the previous manager, we go a goal down, we collapse, we just fall apart. And we didn't do that tonight, which was good to see. And then away fans deserve it, they really do. Damien, I'm going to let you go, mate. Take it easy.
Come in your hands.
No worries at all, mate. That's been Damien. Anyone else want to come on? By all means, come on, if you say. The link is in the chat. I'm going to go for another 10 minutes and then I'm going to wrap this up. I'm just going to say this. I feel like tonight, hopefully, it's the start of something. It's the start of something. And I'm done with style of play. Anyone who moans about fucking style of play, right, I'm not having it no more. Because I've witnessed West Ham literally fall apart like this, like you have. Everyone else has. And if you want style of play, get the owner out of this club. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. If you want the West Ham way, you need to get this owner out the door. And if he goes out the door, you might get your West Ham way. For me, I want to see West Ham win games of football and not lose games of football. I've had enough of us keep losing, but enough of us keep getting fucking our asses handed to us. One thing I noticed tonight that I am going to say is that the moment that goal went in from Bowen, the passion on fucking Nuno's face was like to say, here we go. Here we go. So, you know, listen, right, one thing with us West Ham fans, we're all passionate fans, yeah? We all don't agree, but we're all passionate fans. But I'm going to be straight, yeah. At last, we got some sort of positivity. Right, let's get Fortune's hiding down under. Fucking hell, we're transatlantic. That was our best performance this season. The wings were unreal. Potts looks very comfortable. I completely agree on that. Potts looks like a man who's destined to sort of play, but for some reason wasn't playing at all under fucking Potter. And I don't know why Potter didn't play him, but Nuno's decided to throw him in tonight, and maybe it's because his old man's on the fucking bench. That does help the situation. It really does. But yeah, there is no more. Do you know what I mean? Will's just correcting me. He's saying it's Pacific. Well, you know, geography is not my strongest point, mate. Do you know what I mean? But I'm a dumb cunt. So there you go. Right. Let's get to another comment here. Style of play can be something that you want, but at the minute we have gone so far backwards. It will take time. But in the future, you have to want the West Ham way. Listen, mate, I'm going to be straight with you, yeah? I've dealt with people who are crying out for style of play. You ain't getting it under Sullivan. It's as simple as that. And listen, I understand it. Listen, right, I'm a West Ham fan like you are, like everyone else is. You're not getting the West Ham way under Sullivan's regime, right? The only way you're going to get the West Ham way is if you get Sullivan out the door and bring someone in who understands what the fans want. At the minute, it's a firefight. We are in a firefight to stay in this league. Now, tonight is a start. It's a point. We've got a big game next week against Arsenal. If we can somehow get a result against Arsenal, I'll be over the fucking moon. But for me, I'm a bit concerned about that one. That one is the one where if they roll us, it all depends on how we're going to take the roll, if that makes sense. We have beat them twice over the last 2 years at their gaff. So listen, well, we do know how to win now. Next week's going to be huge. And obviously after that, it's the international break. If we can get out of the international break and go into the Brentford and Leeds game, we have to aim for at least 4 points. Beat Brentford at home, don't lose against Leeds away, and then hopefully we'll start going up the league. The issue is that they are big games. Brentford is a 6-pointer. Leeds is a 6-pointer, really. I'll take 4 points out of the 6. I really will. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's have a look. Fucking hell, we've got geography going on here. You know what I mean? I do apologise. I'm never going to say anything about fucking Australia again. I can't believe people question Bowen as captain. Time and time again, the man pulls us out of the dirt and clears up. I love him. Listen, mate, is he captain material? I don't know. I don't know on that one. You know what I'm saying? What else we got here? Let's have a look. Arsenal just about keeping the goals against as low as possible. If we lose 2-0, it's not the end of the world. And their strong point is set pieces. What is worrying? I completely agree. Fucking people are still discussing Australia. Shout out to the Aussies. Right, let's have a look. Right, before I make a move, did you miss James Ward-Prowse tonight? That is the $1 million question now, people. Did you miss Prowsey tonight? Prowsey's at home, but you know, he's probably at home playing COD right now, and he's thinking, fucking hell, the bastards, mate. Do you know what I'm saying? One thing I noticed tonight is West Ham was trying to get the ball forward. There was a few times where I was passing it back, but yeah, do you know what I mean? Irons definitely missed him. Look, Irons is going, no, mate. Listen, Irons, I know you, mate. You 100% wanted him in the starting lineup, but it is what it is. Shout out to Irons. Do you know what I mean? What a guy. What a guy. Fortune's hiding down under. I'm a London boy, but I got on the wrong night bus and ended up in Australia. If anyone can send me some money for me to come home, I appreciate it. I'm a Nigerian prince. I mean, what a guy. Nigerian prince. Do you know what I mean? What? I wish I could fucking go back home, mate. I'm fucking currently in Suffolk, mate. I drove 100 miles to go and see the missus, yeah? And I've been in this fucking room all night. That means she's gonna fucking kill me. And she can punch hard, mate, trust me. Right. Here we go. Callum Wilson has to start versus Arsenal. Completely agree. Completely agree, mate. He has to start, doesn't he? Let's be real. I'm sorry I was in Australia for two years ago and promoted us big style. Gave away hats and shirts. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Right. Is there a space tonight? I will try and do a space. I'll tell you what, I'll do a space in a minute. So give us 10 minutes. I'll wrap this up. I'll do a space on Twitter. And then I will record the after the player ratings. And then I'm going to finish about 2 o'clock in the morning. So there you go. Listen, I'm going to wrap up here. My final thought is this. West Ham get a point on Merseyside tonight, which is a great point. I've won a bet. I've sent some money to people. There you go. Right, I hope people got on that bet tonight. It was the best double chance bet I've ever seen. I did tell people get on this bet. I think it's nailed on, and it was. And West Ham get a draw on Merseyside. Listen, Somerville class. Bowen does what he does. He ends up winning us a point in the end, and you know it is what it is. But next week is a big game. All right, listen, Arsenal. If we can turn Arsenal over or not lose that game, that'd be like winning the game. If we can get into this international break and then Nuno can get working with these players, we might have half a chance of getting out the shit that we're currently in. Because at the minute, we was like sinking ship. But you know what? I just hope that West Ham are ready for the fight. Do you know what I mean? Right? Because some of these players are ready for the fight. Some of them are just sort of fucking trolling it at the minute. But listen, right, we're happy tonight. Right, we're happy hammers. We could have won the game. Malik Diouf is a fucking player. Crescencio Summerfield is also a very, very good player. If we can get all these players kicking into gear at the same time, we've got a good team. We've got a good team, but we just need to sort of get them to gel into the Nuno way. But Nuno is here. Nuno is here. And listen, we've had 3 managers. 3 managers in 15 months, people. Fuck me. I can't be dealing with no more managers, yeah? Right? And Sullivan, I'm going to say this. If you don't back this cunt, right, in fucking the January window, we're all coming for you. And we know where you live. So there you go. So it is what it is, right? It's a point on Merseyside, and we're happy. You know what I'm saying? Right, that's me done. I will be doing a player ratings video, which will be up later on tonight. Be up about 1 o'clock in the morning. So check it out in the morning. Special like on the video. Subscribe to E20 Zone TV. Hit notification bell. That is me done. Bish bash bosh. Ta-la. We're out of here. Bosh.